of the Ohio River, it is Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Today, a good battle in the AFC North. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Game time is here. Glad you're with us. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. Off we go from Cincinnati. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So here come the Bengals. And Greg, there is no denying the talent of this man. Joe Burrow led the league in passing yards and touchdowns a season ago.
And the expectations coming into this year for Joe Burrow and this Bengals offense, they're sky high. And I know last year the defense was the issue and they really struggled, but the offense did their part. If the defense can have some improvement, they made a change at coordinator, they brought in some new personnel, the efficiency and the explosiveness of that offense is good enough not only to compete in the AFC, but to compete for a Super Bowl.
And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. Parsons Wessinger there on the stop. Second down, 8 yards to go. Now Brown. And they will finally run him down up near midfield. They'll pick up 23 on that one. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
If you have a shot to bring him down early, you just can't miss, Mike. Not against a runner like this. If he slips that first tackle, you can see how much more he can add to a run.
A first down throw for Burrow. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early.
Automatic first down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down at the 16-yard line.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Second down, they need 7. Working out of the gun, Burrow to the middle of the field, caught by Higgins.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
This opening drive has been a good one, but will it continue? Here's a test on 3rd down. And he's got nowhere to go. That defensive front controlling the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up 4th down.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. And he's not going to get there. Couple of yards short. And this is going to be a turnover on downs.
Well, Mike, it's pretty clear early in this game the message they want to send is we are going to be aggressive on offense. And that's exactly what they did there, going for it on 4th down early. But it's the defense that comes through and forces the turnover on downs.
The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They're led out by the son of the Hall of Famer. Out of Colorado, Deion's son, Shedeur Sanders.
I'm not sure there was a more heralded player at the quarterback position, Mike, regardless of where they were drafted, than Shedeur Sanders coming out of Colorado. I mean, he was the story of the year, him in prime. Now the question is, can he bring that efficiency and explosiveness that we saw on Saturdays? Can he find that groove and rhythm in the NFL? And I think all the talent is there. How does he adapt to the NFL game? How does he adapt to being the face of an NFL franchise? I think if he can manage all of those things, I think on the field, he has all the talent you need to be successful at quarterback in the NFL.
They go play action now with Sanders. The ball's out. And it is recovered by the Bengals. How about the defense getting to the quarterback, getting access to the ball, knocking it free, and coming up with the recovery.
I'd like to see the quarterback just be a little more secure with the ball, Mike. You can see he's just a little loose, especially when you're operating from the pocket. But give credit to the defender. Nice job attacking the ball, knocking it loose and recovering it, and that is a big takeaway here by this defense.
The Bengals offense ready to get going with their second possession. They start with outstanding field position, trying to get the first points of this game. It'll be 1st and 10. Carry here for Brown. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Send a man in motion right. Now 2nd down throw for Burrow. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
It's now 3rd down.
Third and long. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Caught. Gesicki on the right. He's going to be out of bounds. He is well shy where he needs to get to. It'll bring up 4th down.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains. So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Browns offense ready for their second possession. They fumbled it away on that opening possession. Fortunate, it only led to a field goal, so they're in a 3-0 hole as they start this drive. 1st and 10. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll run with Judkins to begin the drive. Not much there, maybe a yard.
He's brought down by Garrett Carter. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, it's Sanders. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here now, 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Sanders. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
So on 4th down, the lefty, Corey Bojorquez to punt for Cleveland. Charlie Jones, the return man for the Bengals. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense are going to get set to take over once more. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete. Mike Gesicki was the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, so they don't connect here, Mike, but I kind of like the early message because now as a defense, they have to understand that even if we have this guy covered, one of the best players in the entire league, this quarterback's going to continue to give him a chance at the ball. So not only do we have to cover him, we have to contest and make a play on every throw.
14 yards on that pass play there. It's a Cincinnati 1st down.
Good for a Bengals 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
On 1st and 10, Burrow. He'll air one out for Higgins. And that is incomplete. T. Higgins, the intended receiver on that one. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends it up being a wasted down.
Here's Brown, and he'll get forward for a couple. The number 5 overall pick, Mason Graham, there on the tackle.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, you're going to have to look to their defense.
He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. Too much leg there. That one's into the end zone for a touchback. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. This group slow to get things in gear in this one. Lost fumble on the opening drive, followed by a punt last time they had it. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Drive starts with a run by Judkins. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
They bring Judy in motion. On play action, Shedeur. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him. Chris Jenkins Jr. in for the sack. It is a loss of 8, and now it's 3rd down.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Shedeur. That's hot. It's the tight end, Njoku. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 39-yard line. They get the conversion on 3rd down. It was a gain of 27.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. If you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
They run it once more with Judkins. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. A pickup there of 19 yards. 1st down, Cleveland.
And the Browns, 1st down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mixon
in trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Joseph Osai. He gets through to drop him, and it's a loss of 4.
I could go on and on about the offensive line breakdowns with this pass protection, and it's been flat-out brutal. And let's give some credit to the other side of the ball. They came in not only motivated to make a statement, but with a great game plan, and so far they've executed it to a T.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, it's Sanders. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Chris Jenkins Jr. getting in for the sack. And now it's going to be 3rd and a mile.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line. And if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Here's Sanders to throw. He tries to get that one down the field, but it is incomplete. Cedric Tillman was the intended target. And that'll set up 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
The Bengals offense ready to take over possession of the football. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll run here with Brown. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. Give him 14 on that play. One play, one first down.
First and 10.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
Play action now. It's Burrow. He'll swing this one out to Brown. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
1 yard gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in.
Pressure gets there, and down he goes. Shelby Harris gets it for a loss of 7. And now it's third down.
Really nice start for this defense here early through the first quarter. 2 different players each recording a sack. Offensive line's going to have to get together on the sideline with their coach and identify where's the weakness in our protection, how can we get extra bodies and extra attention, because we still got a long way to go in this one.
Third and long. Burrow to throw. And that is incomplete.
And the best offense on third downs, Mike, is to be really good on first and second down. This keeps teams from putting themselves in these unfavorable positions. It's part of the reason why these drives continue to stall out.
Here's Ryan Rico now. And he's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Browns offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. On the handoff, Judkins. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a first down.
That's good for a Browns first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
There's a short throw caught by Njoku. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Now, Sanders. He'll get that to Quinshon Judkins. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
What an unbelievable performance by this pass rush to start this game. And then on the flip side of things, I'm not sure if things could get any worse for this offensive line. I mean, they've got to figure something out, and they've got to do it in a hurry because they are completely outmatched right now at the moment.
Here's Corey Bojorquez now as he is on to punt for Cleveland. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Bengals offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll begin with first and 10. To throw is Burrow. That's complete. It's Yosibov. And he'll be forced out of bounds. A very short gain.
Out of bounds at the 20-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 8. Burrow. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that 2nd down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in 3rd and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3 and out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
It is 3rd and long. Burrow. The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
The Bengals ready to punt this one away, as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there.
The 50-yard line.
They run straight ahead with Judkins. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. It's the Bengals on top. Greg and I back here in Cincinnati after this. Start of the second. Browns in control of the football. Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 1. As we are ready to get back underway. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And that'll give them a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
Gain of 4 yards.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
Encroachment, defense. Still first down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. On the zone read, here's Sanders to keep it. The defense not biting. They stay at home, and they tackle him for no gain.
The key to running the read option, Mike, is that the timing has to be just right. If it's too slow getting going, a lot of the times defenders can get in the backfield and cause havoc, and that's exactly what happened here.
To throw is Sanders. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small, and oftentimes when you take that approach...
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
We're not even at halftime yet, though. I mean, this pass rush has completely taken over the game. It's just sack after sack after sack. This is going to be a long day for this offensive group if the O-line doesn't figure something out here in a hurry.
Here's the punter now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Bengals offense and running back Chase Brown headed back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. The tight end Fant in motion. Burrow fires quick to Higgins. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but the idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
Burrow here on 2nd down, and they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Short one into the hands of Gesicki. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's a pickup of 3.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
2nd down, Burrow. He'll find Chase. That's complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Browns offense and Quinshawn Judkins making their way back out. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Now, Shedeur. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Up the middle goes Judkins here. And he's followed up after a gain of a yard.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Open man, right side. He's got it.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag.
Now Shedeur on 1st down. His throw left is complete with Judy. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
16 yards.
2 receptions for him on this drive. This one, good for 16 yards.
A gain of 16
Throwing with
yards.
anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those 2 things are on point, it results in a first down.
On the give, it's Judkins. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
Out of the gun, it's Sanders. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball. And while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space. Because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry.
And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. They've got it. It'll be first and goal after a pickup of 21.
6-yard line.
Sometimes all it takes is that one key block to spring this back. He's just so good in open space. And, man, that was a heck of a run, and it sets up first and goal. It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
From the gun, it's Sanders. He pulls it in around the 5.
Complete to Jerry Judy. A 2-yard pickup. Brings up 3rd and goal.
Third and goal. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Defense. Still third down.
Line of scrimmage, the 2-yard line. It's third down and goal. Sanders now off the bootleg. And he'll be forced to throw that one away. Excellent work defensively. They took away all the options, and now it is 4th and goal.
Down this close, 3rd and goal, I think that's a really good decision. Give your coach the ability to make a decision on 4th down. Do you take the points, or do you keep your offense out there and go for 6?
They'll run for it. It's Judkins. Good blocking, and he's in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback, they get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
The extra point is good. And the Browns move out to a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Charlie Jones now to return. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Bengals offense ready to take over once again. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Gesicki, the man in motion. Travel start on the ground. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
To T. Higgins. That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. They go play action for Burrow. He'll look underneath here for Brown. And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch, found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line.
Just nowhere to go once he catches this ball. You see, he's doing everything in his power to make guys miss and break tackles. I think he ended up doing a little bit too much because he ends up going backwards.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. The tight end Fant in motion. Working out of the gun, Burrow. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half and good enough for a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
And he'll get this to the 43-yard line. Shelby Harris to make the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Second down and 8. Play action now. It's Burrow. He takes off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. To throw is Burrow. This one just too far for the receiver out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
A 56-yard attempt.
This one off the upright. He had the distance, but it's no good. And they are not able to draw closer.
Mike, I'll tell you, off his foot, I thought he had it the entire way. I mean, sometimes you get lucky and the ball kind of kicks in off the upright, but other times you don't. And in this case, the upright sent it right back.
The Browns offense and Judkins making their way back out. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him. And your offensive line, he's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. Judkins now on 1st and 10. He left that first defender grasping for air as he winds up getting 8 out of that one.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Again, it's Judkins. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. A gain of 16 yards. It's a Browns first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
A throw caught by Judy on the outside. He's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. It's a gain of 29, and it's first and goal.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch, and
he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Browns. His second touchdown of this first half. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
They'll line it up to kick the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Browns extend their advantage to 14-3.
14. Bengals 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Bengals offense and running back Chase Brown headed back onto the field. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
First down. 1st and 10.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
They'll stay on the ground. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
Well, has been the case this entire first half. It's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Now, Burrow. That's into the hands of Yosibov. And they'll get about 8 out of that one for but still a little work to do now on third down.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
To throw is Burrow. He'll get this one complete to Brown. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Throwing is Burrow. Going up top. And the ball out of the reach of the receiver. Ball's incomplete. Andre Yosevich was the intended receiver. And it's going to be third down.
You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. Good job separating the receiver from the ball, and it is fourth down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
And no return. How good is that? Backs him up all the way to the 2. The Browns offense and Quinshon Judkins making their way back out. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. They'll give it here to Judkins. Loose past the 35. And he will be taken down, but what a run as he's able to get it across midfield. A big play after being backed up. 55 yards on the game.
A gain of 55 yards. First down, Cleveland.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
It's one of those things that rookie quarterbacks just really struggle with early on in the NFL. If you just stare down your primary read, you're going to get yourself into a lot of trouble. So continue to work through your progressions, take what's there, find the open receiver, and with more reps, this is something that you have to imagine he's going to really improve at.
Open man. That is Bond. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
And it's third down.
The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Third and 2. Here we go. That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
That's good for a Browns first down. First and 10.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
And they'll have first and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line.
19 yards.
Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their second, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number 1.
At the 9-yard line.
All resting on the 9. First down and goal. Throwing again is Sanders. That one taken in. Isaiah Bond. Touchdown, Cleveland.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. Now let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good. And the Browns move out to a 21-3 advantage.
Bengals 3.
Closing seconds of this first half, and this kickoff is away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. From the 35, it's first and 10. Now, Burrow. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch. And the offense will take one here. Timeout with 6 left on the second quarter clock.
Second and a yard at the 44-yard line.
A good spot here. Second and a yard. Burrow. A ball deep for the end zone. That is caught. What a throw. Andre Cincinnati.
These are the plays that when you look back, Mike, they ultimately decide the outcome of the game. There's no time left on the clock. All they're trying to do is take a shot into the end zone. You've got to get depth. You've got to have guys that can go up and high point and compete for the ball. And you've just got to knock this ball down and go into halftime.
The kick here is good. Add one more point, and that takes us to the end of the first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studio.
And apparently we'll forget about that for the moment and turn our attention to quarter number 3. Let's go. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Browns offense and Judkins making their way back out. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. First and 10. From the shotgun, it's Sanders. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. Jerry Jeudy, the intended target, and it'll bring up second down.
I'm not sure if it's this big lead or if it's just this second half pressure getting to him, but that's just a careless throw by the quarterback. And don't let this lead fool you. Throws like that can change this game in an instant. And this defense knows they gave him one and they let him off the hook.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL. I understand it's third down and the quarterback's trying to make a play, Mike, but if you're going to make a dangerous throw on third down and you're going to force the ball into tight coverage, at least do it past the sticks. Try to pick up that first down and maintain possession. He tries to thread the needle. Ball falls incomplete, and now it brings up fourth down.
Now fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Here's Burrow. To the outside, it's looked in by Chase. And he'll be run out of bounds. It's a good game on first down. They pick up 7 yards.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down and 2. Burrow now. Open left side is Gesicki. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. They get 15 on that game. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start. At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
The tight end Fant in motion. And this will be a short gain down to the 41-yard line. Carson Schlesinger there on the stop.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Now a 3rd and 2. Oh, there's movement up front. That's going to make this third down a lot tougher. That one's on Orlando Brown Jr. So from 3rd and 2, back them up to 3rd and 7. Burrow to throw. He'll try and get there on the ground. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
19 yards. That's good for a Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
A carry here for Brown. He'll manage only a couple. Tyson Campbell there to make the tackle.
24-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 8. Burrow. quickly. This one out to Chase. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 11.
His second grab on this drive, good for 11 yards, but most importantly, a first down.
First and 10 at the 13-yard
I always think you
line.
can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the first down.
And he's able to force his way through one man, but he can only muster about a yard on that play. Second down.
It's second
Nice job
and
by the
8.
running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Now Brown. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down.
At the 8-yard line.
And as of right now, they find themselves trailing at the moment, but it's certainly not because of the ground game. I mean, he's averaging over 4 yards per carry. Just hasn't been enough to overcome some of their shortcomings elsewhere.
Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is fourth down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down.
And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. There is a marker down, but I think this score is going to hold up.
Offside. Defense.
So now the Bengals and Burrow will come out and try to add 2.
The Bengals will line up for the 2-point conversion.
He'll drop to throw. That's pulled in. And they're able to tack on the 2-point conversion.
Browns 21, Bengals 18.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on 2-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with first and 10. They'll run with Judkins to begin the drive. And boy, tough to bring down there, fighting forward for a gain of 7.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
On second down, it's Judkins. And he's going to have a Browns first down. He'll get this up past the 40-yard line.
12 yards.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
They go play action now with Sanders. In trouble, and down he goes.
You can tell that all these hits, Mike, they're starting to add up. He just doesn't look comfortable. His eyes aren't downfield. You can see his feet aren't settled. When you get sacked this many times in a game, it's kind of hard to blame him, but he's definitely feeling it.
From the gun, it's Shedeur. Oh, this pass was dialed in right now. They get him again.
This guy's like a man amongst boys right now out here, Mike, and you just don't see these sort of dominant performances on the NFL level very often. I mean, whether they got to double team him or keep sliding the protection to him, I don't care what they got to do. Someone has to block this guy because he's completely destroying the entire game.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now Shedeur. Now here comes the screen to Sampson. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and the running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on 3rd down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
On the return is Jones. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, he'll try to keep it going. Gesicki, the man in motion. Here's Brown. Has an opening. Past the 40. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
And the Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 47.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
They go play action for Burrow. Coming across the field, there's Chase. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 22 yards.
Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
1st and 10.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 17-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Working out of the gun, Burrow. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
He's got his receiver. It's Jones. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on 3rd And it sets up a 1st and goal.
This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start. And this is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field. But they've been highly efficient, and now they get another 1st down.
He'll get a yard or 2 to the 8. 2nd and goal.
He was taken down by Grant Delpit. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Browns' 8-yard line.
The tight end Fant in motion. Stop at the 6, and that sets up 3rd and goal.
On the tackle. A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. And he's going to lose big-time yardage here. But it might not matter. That flag is down way back at the line of scrimmage.
Still 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he'll take it on in. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Bengals. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
I can only imagine what went through his head as that play developed and he realized his guy was one-on-one with a safety. That's a complete mismatch on paper and even more so on the field. And once he sees it, he's going to attack it, and they come away with the touchdown.
McPherson now for the PAT. He knocks it through, and the Bengals have taken a 4-point advantage.
Bengals 25, Browns 21.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Browns offense getting their final instruction before heading back onto the field. Trailed by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Tillman, the man in motion. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
The 3-4 defense, Mike, is predicated on the big man over the center. The nose tackle. He's big. He's strong. He takes up the entire middle of the defense, and that's exactly what we just saw in that play. He makes the stop for no gain.
Pass caught by Barnes. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, pitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
There's a short throw caught by Njoku. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a 1st down to boot.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. When I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
He was tackled at the 46-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. Out of the gun, it's Sanders. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
On 3rd down, Sanders. He's got his running back downfield, and it's complete.
Holding offense.
That's on the former All-Pro, Jack Conklin. Now Sanders on 3rd, and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Dax Hill, the former first-round pick, up from the secondary to record the sack.
Sometimes in the NFL, you have to be careful what you ask for. This offensive line, they were very clear to us this week. They wanted to take on this group. They loved the ability to be challenged. Well, they might have poked the bear a little bit too much because they've now surrendered a whopping 10 sacks in a single game, and I don't think there's been any signs of this pass rush slowing down.
Punting time for the Browns. They're set to kick it away. That's taken at about the 14. A very nice return. He takes it up past the 35-yard line. Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. 1st and 10 now from the 36. They'll run here with Brown. And he'll get up beyond the 40 to the 41-yard line. Devin Bush there on the stop.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Burrow. Now he takes off. And Burrow not going to take any chances. Slides to a stop after picking up the 1st down.
That's good for a Bengals 1st down. 1st and 10.
There wasn't anywhere really for him to go with the ball. The defensive backs did a great job of taking away his progression read. But that pass rush, they just can't get home. And he ends up making the play with his legs and moves the chains.
And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Michigan man Mason Graham in there on the stop.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. Now, Burrow. That's into the hands of Gesicki. He's got it. He will score! Mike Gesicki, touchdown Cincinnati. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
On is McPherson for the extra point. He's got it. And the Bengals will extend this third quarter lead.
32, Browns 21.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Browns offense and Quinton Judkins making their way back out. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Sanders. And this is too far out in front. That one's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Mike, with this guy's speed, he's not an easy target to overthrow. So that's one of those where they're telling this quarterback, throw it with everything you got. Just lay it out there. And more times than not, he's going to run under it. But in this case, just a little bit too much on it. He winds up overshooting his man.
On 2nd down, Sanders. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
And that is incomplete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the third quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense. They're going to get set to take over once more. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with 1st down. On the ground, it's Brown. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now, Burrow. The middle of the field, that's taken in by Chase. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. And even 30 yards.
At the 47-yard line.
1st and 10. Now a give on the ground. Angling to the sideline. Inside the 35. And he's going to be out of bounds here on what will wind up being the final play of the third quarter. Fourth quarter gets underway, and it's a run by Brown. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss, and it's second down.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
Second down, Burrow. Pass right side, and Higgins has the catch.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 8.
"21 is the line to gain as we hit third down. They bring Chase in motion. On third down, they'll set up to throw. Passing right side, and Chase has it. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
McPherson now, after making the field goal, is set to kick this one off. Here comes a return from the 3. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Browns offense back onto the field for their next possession. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. From the shotgun, it's Sanders. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Probably should have given that one up. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. Now, Sanders. Looking deep here for Tillman. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively. It sets up fourth down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum On that one, a very quick first down.
First down.
So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had the lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
He is having his way. Another big game. This time 18 yards and a first down.
First and 10 at the 37.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
It's a three tight end look as they have it first and 10. First carry here, and it's Taj Brooks. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Burrow to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
48-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
McPherson now, after making the field goal, is set to kick this one off. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Browns offense about ready to take over once more. Throwing now, Sanders on 1st down. He'll drop this one down to Judkins. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here, bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
Now it's Sanders. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Sanders. He's got his man complete. That's Judy. They get 16 on that connection. 1st down, Cleveland.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
tackle made right at midfield. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Shedeur. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
He's going to look for the home run ball. And he will score. Gage Larvinack. Touchdown, Browns. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Point after try forthcoming. His kick is good. And the Browns are able to cut the deficit to 10.
38. Browns 28.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. The return starts from the 5. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. Jamar Chase headed back out there along with the rest of his Bengal teammates. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. Now it's P-Rod.
Samaje P-Rod, the ball carrier. Ronnie Hickman on the tackle. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 26-yard line.
So, from the 26-yard line, here is 2nd and 8. Working out of the gun, Burrow. He'll find Gesicki over the middle. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. We don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down. Back to throw, Burrow. They look underneath and find P-Rod. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
2nd and inches. Flags coming. Looks like there was movement on the right side of the O-line. That's on the guard, Dalton Reisner. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd and 5. Burrow now. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
So you find yourself playing with a 2-score lead. Of course, it goes without saying, Mike, you don't want to take any unnecessary risks. The primary reads weren't there, works through his progression, move on to the next play, and just throw that ball away.
3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Give him 27, and it's 1st and goal.
Bengals first down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So, really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
He's got it at the 3.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Ball at the 3, 2nd down and goal. They bring Chase in motion. Burrow here on 2nd down. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And you get paid to make the difficult catches. And I would classify that one as tough. But you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive and some points. Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
McPherson's kick is good, and the Bengals will extend their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
McPherson now, after making the field goal, is set to kick this one off. A return now from the 4. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Browns offense and Quinshon Judkins making their way back out. Defense not fooled by the option. They stick with the running back, and they get him down for no gain.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
2nd and 11. Out of the gun, it's Sanders. That's complete. It's Cedric Tillman. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. And even 30 yards.
Now you start thinking situational football, Mike. We're under the 4-minute mark. They've got to go get a score here. Ideally, you want to do it on the plus side of the 2-minute warning, if at all possible.
The ball comes out. And it is recovered by the Bengals.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
Jamar Chase headed back out there along with the rest of his Bengal teammates. They're going to be trying to play keep away in this situation. Use as much clock as possible. Up a couple of scores as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Pira. And he ran right through one tackle, fighting forward. Good gain on the ground of about 7. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. On the carry is Pira. Good running there. He's got the 1st down inside the 30. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their 2nd. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down.
29-yard line.
Run, it's Pira. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. Ground. This is Pira. He'll take this forward maybe 2-3 yards, but doesn't matter. We have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. Now a 2nd down throw for Burrow. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Wise decision, especially at this stage of the game. You certainly don't want to force something and let the other guys right back into the game.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. The tight end, Fant, in motion. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And a nice job defensively. They don't let him get away. It's good for 7, but it makes it 4th down.
The defense is willing to just give up that run every single time. I mean, they're going to leave guys as far back as they can to protect the sticks. And in this case, flow to the ball, make an open field tackle, get off the field.
So now they'll send out Evan McPherson for this field goal try. This will be a 48-yard attempt. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Zach Taylor will turn to his field goal unit. This will be a 48-yard attempt. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
Browns 28.
McPherson now, after making the field goal, is set to kick this one off. From the 6, here comes a return. Whoa! He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So here's Shedeur Sanders and the Browns down on the scoreboard. 1:53 to go. How will this play out? We'll watch. They come up for first down. They'll drop to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
On throw, right side, taken by Judkins. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And, man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
The rookie from Colorado on target with that throw. His guys have a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
I think the defense came in confident that they'd be able to get after the quarterback, right, Mike? When we met with them this week, they felt like they had a really good plan, some exotic looks, some different pressure packages, and it's worked to perfection. I'm not sure they thought they'd be one sack away for breaking the NFL record for the most sacks in a single game, but here we are.
Open man, that is Bob. And he's got about 5 on this one before he's out of bounds. And they're set up a little bit better for third down. From the gun, it's Sanders. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
So anytime you find yourself in third and long, it's hard to really be unpredictable as a play caller because the defense knows it's most likely going to be a pass. They understand where the down and distance markers are, and there's really nowhere for him to go with the ball, and he has to throw it away.
Going for it all. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on down. Burrow takes a knee, and that ought to just about do it. So it's a win here in the jungle for the Bengals. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.